Hello everyone, my name is Nelson Chin Guan Ye. So today I would like to present about the research background. So the research investigate how influencer attributes such as attractiveness, trustworthiness, appetite, credibility, and extraversion impact the purchase intention of Generation Z consumer in Malaysia F&B industry. So social media platform like TikTok and Instagram have become the influencer play a key player in growth and shaping Gen Z consumer behavior, in particularly in their purchase decision. So the study explore which influencer traits are most influential in encouraging the Gen Z consumer to buy the F&B product. So it focusing on the role of influencer credibility, knowledge, and engaging personalities. Okay, next, so we move to the hypothesis development. So this is how influencer attribute affect to the Gen Z purchase intention in F&B industry. So the influencer attribute attractiveness, trustworthiness, appetite, credibility, extraversion. So all of these through the research, or we can surely that it bring a positive impact to the Gen Z purchase intention. Next, we move to the research methods. So the research, we use a quantitative approach. We gathering the data through a structured survey, and we targeted at the Gen Z consumer in Malaysia. And the data analysis is conduct using the PLSM to evaluate the relationship between the influence attribute and purchase intention.
Hello, I'm Nicole, and today I'm going to present the result of the full culinarity testing and discriminant validity (HTMT) from our research on influencer attributes and purchase intention among Gen Z in Malaysia food and beverage industry. First, let's look at the full culinarity testing. This test helps us assess if there is multi-culinarity among the independent variables, which are attractiveness, trustworthiness, expertise, credibility, and extraversion. As you can see in the table, the variance inflation factor (VIF) values for all the attributes range from 3.276 for attractiveness to 5 for credibility. Since none of the VIF value exceed the threshold of 5, we can confidently say that there is no multi-culinarity issue in our model, meaning these variables are not overly correlated and our regression results are reliable. Next, let's discuss the discriminant validity (HTMT). The heterotrait monotrait ratio (HTMT) assesses whether the constructs are distinct from each other. All the HTMT value in the table are below the threshold of 0.85, indicating good discriminant validity. For instance, the HTMT value between attractiveness and trustworthiness is 0.786, and between extraversion and trustworthiness it's 0.776. These values are well within the acceptable range, confirming that the attribute attractiveness, trustworthiness, expertise, credibility, and extraversion are distinct and do not overlap significantly in the way they affect purchase intention. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jamesha, and today I'm going to present the structural model assessment. So we tested 5 hypotheses regarding the relationships between influencer attributes and purchase intention. Hypothesis 1, attractiveness to purchase intention, was not supported as it showed a negative correlation. So hypothesis 2, trustworthiness to purchase intention, also was not supported with a weak and insignificant path coefficient at 0.063. However, hypothesis 3, expertise and purchase intention, was supported with a significant positive path coefficient of 0.370, indicating that expertise strongly influenced purchase intention. Hypothesis 4, credibility to purchase intention, was not supported as it showed a weak path coefficient of 0.101. Finally, hypothesis 5, extraversion to purchase intention, was supported with a strong coefficient of 0.440, confirming that extroverted influencers have the greatest impact on Gen Z purchase decision. Now, moving on, in this mediation analysis, we explored how 5 key influencer attributes, attractiveness, trustworthiness, expertise, credibility, and extraversion, affect Gen Z purchase intention in Malaysia's food and beverage sector. Starting with attractiveness, the results showed a negative impact with a path coefficient of negative 0.032, with the T minus value equals to 0.347, indicating that greater perceived attractiveness actually slightly reduced the likelihood of Gen Z purchasing the product. So, trustworthiness had a similarly weak effect with a positive path coefficient of 0.063 with a t-minus value equals to a 0.597, but this was not statistically significant. On the other hand, expertise had a strong positive impact on purchase intention with a path coefficient of 0.370, t-minus value equals to 4.027, showing that knowledgeable influencers have a significant influence on purchase decisions. Lastly, extraversion emerged as the strongest predictor with a path coefficient of 0.440 with t-minus value equals to 3.208, suggesting that charismatic and sociable influencers have the greatest impact on driving purchase intention among Gen Z.
Hello, my name is Norshaida BT21603. Today I am going to explain how 3 different influencer traits affect whether Gen Z decide to buy food and beverage products. We will start with discussion 1, which focus on attractiveness. Many people believe that having a good-looking influencer is the best way to sell product, but our data shows this is not true for Gen Z. We found a negative correlation of negative 0.032. This confirms that physical beauty does not really push Gen Z to buy food. Instead of focusing on look, the data suggests that this group care more about other personality traits, such as how much the person knows or how outgoing they are. Next, let's move to discussion 2, where we look at trustworthiness. We wanted to see if Gen Z buys things simply because they trust the person talking. We found a very weak positive thing with a score of 0.063, while it is better to be trusted than not. This low number tells us that trust by itself is not enough to make someone reach for their wallet. It shows that Gen Z needs more than just a nice or honest person to convince them. They are looking for a deeper reason to believe that the product is actually worth to buy. Finally, we look at one of the most important factors in discussion 3, which is expertise. This means how much the influencer actually knows about the product. This had the second strongest positive result with a score of 0.373. This is a very important finding because it proved that Gen Z value knowledge above everything else. Even influencer is an expert and understand the food or drink they are talking about, Gen Z is much more likely to follow their advice. This means to win over Gen Z, being a knowledgeable expert is far more powerful than just being attractive or trustworthy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mohammad Sulfirdaus. In this section, I will examine the role of influencer, credibility, and its impact on purchase intention. The data of reveal a positive, yet insignificant correlation between influencer credibility and Generation Z purchase intention, with a standardized beta of 0.101. This suggests that while credibility does influence purchase intention, it does not have as strong an effect compared to other attributes such as appetite or extraversion. In a sense, although credibility remains an important factor, it is not the primary driving force behind Gen Z's decision-making in the food and beverage industry. This aligns with the earlier discussion, particularly regarding how other factors like expertise and extraversion are more influential in shaping purchase behavior. Moving on the final discussion, I will focus on extraversion and its impact on purchase intention. Extraversion shows that the strongest positive correlation with purchase intention with a standardized data value of 0.44. This confirms that Gen Z is most influenced by dynamic and engaging influencer. The result highlight the importance of energetic and extrovert personality influencing Gen Z purchasing decision, especially in the context of food and beverage products. Therefore, influencers who display high level of energy and engagement are most likely to encourage purchasing behavior among this demographic. From this finding, I can conclude that personality traits such as extraversion play a significant role in determining the effectiveness of influencer. In conclusion, the finding emphasized that extraversion and expertise are the most significant influencer attribute affecting Gen Z purchase intention. On the other hand, attractiveness has a negative influence, while trustworthiness and credibility show weak effect. Based on this insight, I recommend that marketers focus on selecting influencers who demonstrate high level of expertise and extravision, as they are the most effective in influencing Gen Z consumer. Finally, for the future research, I suggest exploring moderating and mediation factor, as well as conducting cross-cultural comparison to gain a deeper understanding of the relation between influencer attributes and consumer behavior. Thank you.